What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my top 25, a little bit late. I'm normally trying to get this done on Sunday nights or Monday mornings, but like I said, I've been kind of busy. So top 25 rankings for week 4. College football season, it's starting up quick, almost just a few weeks away from the midway point. Seems weird, but anyway. Start with the 5 outside. Rankings, as always, will be in the description below. So, number 5, we got the South Florida Bulls. Team that hasn't gotten a whole lot of respect yet. They get to play Florida State this week, so if there's any week that you could gain a little bit of respect for yourself, or a lot of respect, this will be the week to do it. Number 4, OU. 1-2, not a great start to the season for them, but their big games against Ohio State and Houston have not gone well. Neither game was extraordinarily close. Houston, I wouldn't say they really got blown out by Houston, but Ohio State was a 21-point loss. Number 3, TCU. Still trying to recover from a loss to Arkansas, and I think it's going to take a few weeks to get there, but I don't think they're too far from cracking the top 25 again. Number 2, Oklahoma State. Again, another team that, they got beat by Central Michigan. Probably shouldn't happen. They should probably be 3-0 and in the top 20 right now, but that's just not the way it is. Big win against Pitt last week, and next 2 weeks, very much bank on if they can get back in the top 25. It doesn't really matter where you rank them this week. The games against Baylor this week and then Texas the week after are very important. Number 1, North Carolina. If they beat Pitt this week, then I think they crack the top 25 once again. So, moving to the top 25, at 25 we got Boise State, a team that has beat Wazoo, a team that gets a chance to beat another Power 5 Pac-12 team this week in Oregon State, so can advance a little bit higher. Number 24 got Ole Miss, again, kind of unfortunate, a lot like OU early with their schedule, losses to Florida State and Alabama both times, probably could have won those games. They get a chance against Georgia this week to advance up the rankings a little bit. Number 23, you got the Texas Longhorns. Lost to Cal last week. If I could make a 6 outside, then I think Cal would have been 6th. But, again, controversial call at the end of the game. But anyway, you could easily put them a little bit lower, I think, too. Anyway, number 22, we got Utah. Good 3-0 start so far. Get a chance against USC this week to prove themselves even further. Number 21, we got San Diego State. Again, another one of those Group of 5 teams, along with Boise State, South Florida, and Houston, that, man, they're good. Win against Cal so far, that proving to be very big up to this point. And number 20, we got the LSU Tigers. The switch to Danny Etling seems like so far it's worked. Last week got a way too close of a win against Mississippi State, but nonetheless they still won. So we'll see what that new look offense looks like moving forward. At number 19, we got Arkansas. So Arkansas, a team that they're looking good so far. They get a chance in one of the biggest games of the week this week against Texas A&M to prove that they could be worthy of a top 10 ranking. Number 18 got Nebraska. They proved me wrong so far. Big win against Oregon last week. Anyway, number 17, we got the Florida Gators. Big game this week against Tennessee. First real big game between two SEC East opponents. And this is going to be a big battle to see. Because coming into the season, Florida and Tennessee were my 2 favorites to win the SEC East. And this game is really going to set one of those 2 teams apart and really pull one of those 2 teams, I think, in the thick of the playoff race. The Luke Del Rio injury to Florida does not help them out that much, though. Number 16, we got the Georgia Bulldogs. 2 close victories, really, the last 2 weeks. Able to barely squeak one out against Mizzou on a last-second Jacob Eason touchdown pass to, I believe, Isaiah McKenzie. Number 15, we got the Baylor Bears. 3-0, but one of the more, I'd say, uninspiring 3-0 teams in college football right now. Big game against Oklahoma State this week, one of Baylor's biggest tests through the first 10 weeks of the season. Number 14, we got the Miami Hurricanes. They've looked good so far. App State was their first tough test, and man, they passed that with flying colors. They're looking very good so far. And I think this is a team that could be very, very good moving forward. Number 13, we get the Florida State Seminoles. Rough loss last week to Louisville. That doesn't even describe it, really. 43-point loss. Just... you know what? They get South Florida this week. It's a good chance to rebound and really get back on track. Number 12, we got the Wisconsin Badgers. Big game against Michigan State this week. Again, one of the biggest games of the weekend. to show that they might actually be the best team in the Big Ten West. Number 11, we got the Tennessee Volunteers. Again, big game against Florida this week. Uninspiring performance last week against Ohio. Get back on track with a win this week, and they can get back inside the top 10. Number 10, we got the Washington Huskies. Got the toughest test so far of their season against Arizona this weekend in the nightcap game, so could be a big win for them. Number 9, we got the Texas A&M Aggies. Great start to the season so far. They got a big test in Arkansas this weekend. And again, should be one of the more entertaining games of the weekend. Number 8, Michigan State. 36 straight points against Notre Dame. Looked very good. Again, another team with a big test this week against Wisconsin. Number 7, we got the Stanford Cardinals. You know what? Two good wins against two good opponents so far to start the year, against USC and Kansas State. So I think they've proven so far they're a top 10 team. One team that I'm going to pay close attention to moving forward. Number 6 got Michigan. Again, uninspiring performance against Colorado last weekend. They get Penn State this weekend, so the first tough conference test. But they are 19-point favorites, so still should win this one pretty handily. Number 5 got the Clemson Tigers. First comfortable victory of the season against South Carolina State. They get Louisville in one of the upcoming weeks, so obviously that's going to be a big one. Number 4, we got the Houston Cougars. They've looked good so far. They were on upset alert for a little bit against Cincinnati last week, but were able to stave off the upset and able to take a big lead at the end of the fourth quarter, winning 40-16. Number 3 got the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now the top 3 is pretty much set in stone for me right now. Well, I think it's set in stone for everyone. Ohio State, Louisville, and Alabama, the 3 clear top teams so far. Which number 2 got Louisville, obviously just tremendous performance last weekend. Arguably the best team in the country right now. We'll see what happens with them moving forward. They get Marshall this weekend, so should be another easy win for them. Number 1 got the Alabama Crimson Tide, able to come back once again against Ole Miss. Ole Miss not able to pull off that upset as I predicted. But anyway, that'll pretty much do it. Like I said, if you skipped ahead to the end or something like that, the rankings are all in the description below. We'll be coming up next with my college football week 4 predictions. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.